Hello and welcome to Brewing Happiness. Today at our special time, grab a cup of your favorite. Today it's the afternoon and it's getting kind of dark out, and I was feeling a little like I wanted a little warmer upper, so I am having a cup of my favorite vanilla chai tea. Oh, so hot with a little honey. Well, are you admiring my new headpiece? Yes, yes, yes. I am the Queen of Happiness, and the scepter and the crown were gifts to me for Christmas from some very special friends. And well, first of all, I was so delighted. I decided that I could not appear on the air without sharing this wonderful gift. But in addition, it made me start thinking about receiving gifts. Do you ever have you ever received a gift and or let's just say receiving in general? Have you ever received, for instance, a compliment, and your answer is, "Oh, this old thing," or "It was no big deal," or someone gives you a gift and you didn't give them one? So, anyway, the art of receiving. That's what we're going to talk about today. Hi, I'm Tina Ann, the Queen of Happiness. Just for 1 second more. The Queen of Happiness. And that's what we're going to talk about today as the giving season swings into full swing. Okay, that was bad, but you know what I mean. We think a lot about giving. It is better to give than to receive. We're all taught that. The bigger person, the better person, the giving is better than receiving. But it started to occur to me that when we say it's better to give than to receive, I'm going to be the giver, where we are always the giver, that we then start assigning the idea that the receiving is somehow bad. It's good to be a giver. It's not so good to be a receiver. And this can color things, because if you're dealing with self-esteem or self-worth or feeling worthy, then receiving is probably hard for you. If you find in your life that you've been a people pleaser, it's your job to make sure that everyone is happy, everyone has what they need, everyone is satisfied. You probably don't put yourself in that category, right? You probably are more comfortable giving than receiving. And that's the truth is for a lot of us, right? We have been told our whole lives better to give than to receive. So we are more comfortable with giving. We feel a little on the, we feel right. We feel good. It's the right thing to do to give, right? And then we don't say it's a bad thing to receive, but we kind of imply it in the good, bad, opposite scenario. Then if giving is good, then receiving is not that good, right? So I started looking into this because so the conversation started with a compliment, and realizing that shirking off a compliment or shaking off a compliment or not receiving a compliment, well, first of all, it's a disservice to the giver, right? A compliment is a gift, and it's a verbal gift, but the same idea goes whether we're talking about a compliment or an actual gift. It's something that someone gave you and had enough thought and thought of you enough to give you. So when you say, "Oh, this old thing. Oh, I just threw this together in a couple of minutes." Oh, you are robbing them of their chance to give you something nice, a compliment. When you go out to dinner and someone says, "Let me pick up the check." No, if you always insist on picking up the check, well, you are robbing them of the pleasure of picking up the check just as much as you enjoy it, because it's a gift you can give to your friends and you feel great for doing it. Being the recipient of that occasionally, letting it flip around so that someone gives you the gift and allows them to have that feeling and allows them to be the giver in that scenario. That's a gift. That's part of the game. Here's a great quote. I have come to believe that giving and receiving are really the same. Giving and receiving, not giving and taking. I love this so much. I want to start thinking and changing the lexicon in my mind of thinking about giving and receiving, not giving and taking. Because yes, they are two opposite sides. And here's another. That was by Joyce Goodfelt. I'll have to put on my glasses to actually give her the proper credit she deserves. Greenfall, Cornfall, make it bigger. Genfall, Joyce Genfall. But then that just leads us to the next one, which is the universe operates through dynamic exchange. Giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe, from our friend Deepak Chopra. So he's saying, there is no giving and receiving. It's all one flow. It's just which part of the curve, which part of the cycle you seem to find yourself in. Here's another one that I love. The law of giving and receiving is simply this. In a universe where the most absolute truth is that of oneness, talk about oneness a lot, right? Of oneness, you cannot ever take without taking from yourself, and you cannot give without giving to yourself. That is why those who give get back from those who get back, and those who take are taken from. Well, the power of receiving, a revolutionary approach to giving yourself the life you want. The power of receiving. What is receiving? Don't we all talk about abundance? We want abundance. We want riches and goodness and all the pleasures of life to come into our life. Isn't that receiving? Isn't when we send a message that we're not worthy to receive, or we deflect receiving, aren't we saying to the universe, oh, that abundance, that's for everybody, not for me? We're deflecting receiving. This is kind of monumental to me, and I wanted to share that with you today. So a couple of thoughts here. The first is, in no particular order, one thought is sometimes we think it's like a pie, right? In order for me to receive, someone else has to give something up. But that's so not how it is. In fact, love and giving and receiving and abundance are all expandable elements. There's more than enough to go around. Our love is exponentially powerful. It is not finite. It is not limited. It is not something that has to be cut or shared, because there's plenty for everyone. So, again, the giver's gift. When someone gives you something, your gift back to them is a gracious thank you. When the girls gave me the crown and the scepter to go along with my persona of the Queen of Happiness, I gushed, I screamed, I yelled, because I was, well, first of all, the gift made me so happy, of course, but because a great gift deserves a great reception, right? A great gift deserves a little fuss. The giver wants to feel good for the thought, the action, the giving. Your gift back is to receive graciously. Even if you don't like the gift, even if it's not the color you wanted, even if it's not something you will ever wear or ever use. Someone went to the length of thinking of you, of buying for you, of making something for you. And all you have to do back is love them back. That's the only requirement from you, is receive it in the same giving. Isn't that really the answer? Receive it in the same giving love that it was given in. Okay, I'm saying the same words over and over again. But when you're receiving, you're giving back the love that they're giving back in gift. And that's what a gift's all about, right? It's a bond between the giver and the givee. It's an exchange of love. It's an exchange of all kinds of goodness. We got to uphold our end of the bargain by being a good receiver. So be open to receiving. Be open to saying yes to the offers all around you. When someone offers to take you to lunch, to pay the bill, to let you go first in traffic, right? Say yes. Give them the gift of feeling great. And you feel great because you've made them feel great. It's a win-win, give, never-ending cycle. You're back to the victorious cycle, right? As we call it here on the Brewing Happiness Show. So the truth is that we are all more comfortable giving than receiving. We've been told it's the good place to be. It's the good side of the equation, right? We've been told it's better to receive because if it's good, then receiving must be bad. But we're going to break that cycle. We're going to think not giving and taking, but giving and receiving. We're going to see the value, the beauty, the majesty, the gift in being a gracious receiver, in just receiving. In God wants to love us, and all he asks is that we receive in return his love, right? Receive. It's part of the deal. It's part of what we're asked to do from the most basic relationship. Receiving is always part of the occasion in give and take, give and receive. Being grateful, being a gracious receiver, opening up your heart and being grateful and appreciative leaves you more open for more receiving, right? And isn't that what we say? I'm open to abundance. I am open to all the goodness that life has to offer me. I am open to all the love that can come my way. I'm open to all the gifts that may be given me. I am open to all the goodness that anyone sees to flow towards me, and I will return that gift with a giant thank you, a giant act of appreciating and receiving. Well, that's kind of the whole shebang if I had to talk about it today. I just wanted to make the point about receiving as we head into the gift giving season, and we're all about to receive some gifts, and we're thinking about not just ourselves but the giver as we give them. Receiving with grace. We'll just go down to the final thoughts here. Except I'm going to have, well, technical issues. Receiving with grace is beautiful. It allows someone the opportunity to give and blesses both giver and receiver from Zen moments. Giving and receiving. And here's our final quote is from Brene Brown. Good old Brene, always has something to say. Until we can receive with an open heart, we are never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. Right? I'm going to go back to the statement earlier. If we concede at the very basis of life that we are all connected, that we are all one, that at the end of the day, we are one conglomerate giant being, feeding off, impressing, inspiring, touching each other. And in that case, that the receiver is just as blessed as the giver. The cycle is what's important. That the flow, that just like anything, we sway from side to side. We participate in both. We are hurt and we hurt. Can't avoid it, right? As much as you'd love to say you never hurt anyone, probably have. As much as you'd love to say you've never been hurt, I guarantee you have. We hurt and we hurt. And we are hurt. We love and we are loved. We give and we receive. Just a cycle. Just the little cycle of life. So as Christmas comes, I'm closing down the show because I'm spending time with the family. I'll be back again with Brewing Happiness starting January 2nd. But in the meantime, make it a happy day.